friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Inspirational Talkies. In this video, let's see about Go and Catch a Falling Star by John Donne. For further more videos, that is poem explanations, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Let's move on to the topic. About the author, John Donne, born in 22nd January 1572 and died 31st March 1631. John Donne was one of the greatest metaphysical poets, and he wrote sonnets, religious poems, love poems, songs, elegies, satires, and so on. He was one of the most important 18th century poets. John Donne's work is divided into two main categories, that is, love poems and divine poems. In love poems, Donne talks about women and their nature, but he does not glorify their beauty, but about their character. Many former poets used to exaggerate women's attractiveness. It is not the case with John Donne. In this regard, he is different from other writers. Let's see about the poem. Deep analysis of Go and Catch a Falling Star focuses us to put it in the category of love poems of John Donne. It was published in the volume of Songs and Sonnets after the death of the poet, so it is posthumously published poem. In this poem, John Donne openly challenges his readers to go anywhere in the world and catch a falling star. Here, falling star symbolizes for a true and faithful woman. One cannot catch a falling star, therefore he also cannot find a loyal woman in the world. For Donne, it is the most difficult task, it seems. Donne's attitude towards women is not so good. He believes that beautiful women are really morally corrupt. Many people have the ability to achieve impossible targets. Donne challenges them too. He is of the view that even those persons cannot find a loyal woman in this world. Analysis of Go and Catch a Falling Star transpires that it is not about beauty of women but about their nature, that is character. It is to clarify that Donne has not challenged the loyalty of women. To make it clear, let's take an example. If a person wants to challenge the validity of a document, he can do so only if a document exists. If it does not exist, its validity can't be challenged. Donne is of the view that loyalty in beautiful women does not even exist. Therefore, he does not challenge it. He could have challenged it if he had found it in any woman. Thus, there is an element of impossibility. Although in later sonnets the poet had changed his attitude, yet in love poems his attitude is strict. Okay, come, let's see. Did he change his attitude or did he find a loyal woman? Stanza 1. Go and catch a falling star. Get with child a mandrake root. Tell me where all past years are, or who cleft the devil's foot. Teach me to hear mermaids singing, or to keep off envy's stinging, and find what wind serves to advance an honest mind. Stanza 1 explanation. The poet gives some examples of impossible tasks that whoever cannot do it. First task is of catching a falling star. We all know that one can pray when he sees a falling star, but he cannot catch it. Therefore, it is an impossible task. Second task is of getting a human child from mandrake roots. Mandrake means it's a human-alike tree. Pharmaceuticals prepare medicines from it. Donne gives its example and says that it is impossible to get a human child from this tree. Third task is of finding the past years. No one knows from where the time comes and where does it go. Thus, it is also an impossible task. The poet adds another task, which is of finding the name of a person who cleft devil's feet. Mythically, someone cleft the devil's feet, but no one knows who clove them, therefore, it is another impossible task. Fifth Fifth task is of listening music of mermaid. Again, Donne has created reference from myth. Mermaid is a character of myth that has body of woman, various tails of a fish instead of legs. The poet knows that it is a mythical character which does not exist. Therefore, it is not possible to listen its music. Last task is somewhat satirical. Human nature is unchangeable. Envy was there even in Satan as evident from Paradise Lost. It is there in humans. It is impossible to separate envy from scorpion because its nature is that. Likewise, no one could remove envy from human nature. It is still part of human nature. Therefore, it is impossible to change it. Don believes that all the above works are impossible. However, he says that one may make these tasks possible, but he cannot find a true and loyal woman. From these instances, that is examples, it is obvious that John Donne is master in creating far-fetched amazing examples. Let's move on to the second stanza. If thou best born to strange sights, things invisible to see, ride 10,000 days and nights till age no white hairs on thee. Though when thou returnest, will tell me all strange wonders that befell thee, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. Second stanza explanation. Donne maintains the flow of poem and illustrates another task, though not possible. The poet says that if a person has superhuman qualities, he can see strange things. He can travel 100 miles to see nature. Also, he can see the whole world until his hairs turn grey. Even that person cannot find a faithful woman. From this stanza, it seems that no one can convince Donne regarding female nature. He is against existence of loyalty in beautiful women. He is right or wrong. It is another matter, yet his presentation and comparison between different things is praiseworthy. Don is talking about two things, that is true and fair. He is talking about the woman who is beautiful and loyal. One can find faithfulness in an ugly woman but not in beautiful women, that he states. In stanza 3, if thou findest one, let me know such a pilgrimage were sweet. Yet to not I would not go, though at next door we might meet. Though she were true, when you met her, and last, till you write your letter, yet she will be false, ere I come to 2 or 3. Stanza 3 explanation. In last stanza of the poem, the poet seems convinced. He promises that if one were able to find a loyal and beautiful woman, he, that is, poet, would go on a pilgrimage. Perhaps Don wants to advise us that there is a scarcity of beautiful and faithful women in the world. Thus, if one finds it, then it is necessary for him to worship her. He himself says that he would worship that beautiful and loyal goddess if found. However, he cannot forget that women are unfaithful, therefore, he changes his mind. That he says he could not go on pilgrimage even if it is at next door because it would be a waste of time. He then talks about possibility a woman can sell her loyalty. She would have become disloyal until the poet reaches her. Theme analysis of Go and Catch a Falling Star. Poet says that a woman should not deceive a man. If she wants to do so, she should think 1,000 times before it. Even then, if she decides to betray, she should verify that her lover is not a poet. Otherwise, a poet will make her famous in his poetry as John Donne has stated. It seems that someone has betrayed John Donne. Therefore, he does not consider many impossible tasks. It's a poem with the theme of unfaithfulness of women. Conclusion. Donne is not a romantic poet. Even while praising beauty, his attitude remains unromantic. Analysis of Go and Catch a Falling Star reveals that the poet has a false belief for women. He's not talking about any single woman, but about every beautiful woman of the world. He's not against beauty, but against disloyalty. Undoubtedly, the poem is a masterpiece. The poet goes at the peak while describing impossibility of a work, but suddenly comes down and says it may be possible. The only task which is impossible in the eyes of a poet is to find a loyal and beautiful woman. I hope this video is useful to you. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. If you want any other poem explanation, please do mention it in the comment box.